and then I'll take you back in and we'll do a drop test. If you don't know what a drop test is, hang on, you'll know. Welcome to the Hillbilly RV channel. I'm gonna have one today I think might use up all of my brain cells. These folks called this morning, said they kind of thought they might have had a propane leak for a while because it seemed like they were going through a lot of propane. And then yesterday they got 2 new 20-pound propane bottles and put on the front of the camper, and like an hour later they thought they was out of propane. Before it shuts off, let's go right here. Water heater's burning on propane. Sounds good, smells good, and it looks good. So on the drive over here, I'm thinking, I wonder if the bottles are really empty or there's something wrong that they just think they're empty. So I get here and they meet me right here in front of the camper, and you know, we're just going over what has happened over the last few days. And they told me, they said, well, we thought we was out of propane, we just felt the tanks, and they're actually still full. Yeah, and I would concur with that. They're heavy. Okay, they're still full of propane. Plus, the water heater is working fine, but they say the furnace is not working. Now, I don't know that for sure. I know they said the cook stove looks like it's not working. So I'm gonna take you inside. I might just have to voice over the video because I've got a couple dogs in kennels in there and they're kind of barky. So once I go in there, they're gonna go crazy. And so we'll probably just have to voice over that. I'll just have to explain to you what I'm doing while I'm doing it. So let's see how this works out. Let's go in and check gas pressure first, and then we will test the refrigerator, or not the refrigerator, the furnace, and see what it does. Last night, when they thought they were out of propane, they lit one of the burners on the cooktop and the flame was really, really low, and they lit another one and they both went out. So they just assumed they were out of propane, which I probably would have assumed as well. But you could see I lit all 3 eyes, all 3 burners, and they look great. Now I'm going to take the center one loose and put my manometer on there and check gas pressure. So what we want to see is 11 to 14 water column inches. Anything in that range is fine. So let me get my manometer out here, and we just hook it up to that where we took that burner loose, and we'll check this pressure. All you do is hook the manometer up to that nipple there and turn the valve on, and that will give us our gas pressure. It's good. It's about 13 or so. Now let's light an eye to use up some more gas and see if the pressure maintains. We actually lit both eyes, and yes, it's still in spec. I don't know what the little pulsating is, but it's in spec, so that's all I really care about. All right, that all looks good. I mean, the pressure's slightly low, but it's still well within spec. Customer's gonna light the furnace as soon as I find it, or he's gonna turn the furnace on. Well, let's be on the other side. I missed it. I was talking to y'all and completely missed it. Furnace. Oh, there it is. It's lit. Yeah, it smells fine. So, what in the world's going on here? Last night it was in the teens. Now I'm about ready to come out of this hoodie because it's getting to be up in the 30s. Something happened from last night when it was in the teens until today when it's sunny and much warmer. So I'm wondering if we have a low spot in the rubber line between the LP regulator and, I don't know, I haven't even been under this thing, see if it's got all rubber lines or it has a steel trunk line for the propane. But somewhere I'm thinking we probably have a low spot. It's probably in the front. Maybe there's some water in the propane line. Last night it froze. Today it's thawed out. So let me get rigged up here, and we'll check out my theory and see if I'm full of poop or whether I know what I'm talking about. So y'all hang on. Here's where the rubber line goes into the steel trunk line. It does have steel lines, not all rubber, but there's always a rubber hose from there to the regulator. But you see that big swag in it here? That's where I want to investigate. That's where I want to see if something is laying down in there. So let me get some wrenches out, and I'm just going to take it loose from the camper first and just let it lay down and see what we get out of it, if anything. I'm going to cut both these bottles off. Alright, let's see. Oh. So let me get y'all set up here. We'll all see if anything comes out of that line. See right there. Okay, so here's the propane line. Now let me angle it down. I'm gonna try and whatever comes out of there, if anything comes out of there, I'm gonna catch it on this. I'm gonna catch it on this rag. Let's see if anything comes out of it. All right, that's disappointing. That is very disappointing. Okay. Nothing. That's pretty unusual. All right. Since this is the only rubber line on the camper, I do want to go ahead and take it loose from the regulator now, and just, oh, there we finally got some oil out of it. Not much. You almost always gonna find oil in that line like that, wherever you got a swag. But I want to take that line loose up here at the regulator and see if I can blow through it okay. Just to make sure that there's no obstructions in that line. Now we're getting some oil. Still not a ton. That's not a ton of oil. Let's take that line the rest of the way off. Let's see if I can blow through it. I'm gonna put my mouth on the other end. Yep, it's free and clear. Still, it did have quite a bit of oil in it actually. It was still running out here. I may leave it hang up here for a few minutes. Just hang it up here for a few minutes and let it drain some more. Alright, just a little bit more oil come out of that line. And it's still coming out, but I don't think that was enough oil, but the customer and I had talked about it. We talked about it before I even found this. You know, it's probably something that's temperature, it almost acts to me like it's some kind of temperature event, maybe. I don't know, I don't think that's the right word anyway, but it's temperature related. And the only thing I can figure is the LP regulator. I mean, because it affected the water heater, which is just not even 6 feet from the regulator. And it got all the propane appliances. So it's not something like between the water heater and the cook stove and the furnace. The cook stove and the furnace are about halfway down the camper on the opposite side from the water heater. So it affected all 3 propane appliances. So it has to be right up front here. So yeah, we talked about it, and he was never really happy with that regulator. He bought that from Amazon about a year ago. He doesn't even know what brand it is or anything. He said, let's just go ahead and put a new regulator. When I do a new regulator, I like to do new supply hoses also. So about $150 worth of parts. He said, yeah, let's do that and let's see what happens. So that's what we're gonna do. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. So let's get busy. Got that into the hose. That's a pipe thread. Got it cleaned up. It had Teflon tape on it before, so we're gonna put some liquid Teflon on it. We'll try not to get this all over, which is usually what happens. You don't have to go crazy with this stuff. All right. Alright, here's our new regulator. Spin that hose in the bottom of the new regulator. I'm going to try to anyway. It's kind of an awkward angle. I'm trying to do this so y'all can see. It kind of makes it hard on me. And then the new supply hoses will just spin in. And they're a tapered fit. So you don't have to put anything on those. But I'll get these all started and all tightened up, and then I'll be right back. Everything's tight. The bracket was switched around. Everything's reinstalled. And just as a preliminary check, I'm going to use soapy water to check all my connections out here. Then we'll go in and check the pressure, make sure all of our appliances work. Then we'll do a drop test. Everything looks good. Whew, everything looks good here. All right, I'm gonna go inside and just check the pressure, and we'll make sure all the LP appliances work, and then I'll take you back in and we'll do a drop test. If you don't know what a drop test is, hang on, you'll know. So I'm getting ready to start the drop test here, and as you can see, the pressure's okay, and then I light one of the other eyes to bleed some of that pressure off, but then when I cut that burner off, it just kept dropping. So there's a huge leak somewhere. So now got to start looking for the leak. All right, well, that was a significant leak somewhere. Let's get out our gas sniffer, get it turned on, see if we can find this leak. They seem to think it could be in the area of the right front corner where there's a a quick connect there for a grill, and they seem to think that they will sometimes smell propane when they walk around the camper. So let me get my sniffer fired up here. All right, prime example why you always listen to the customer. Sometimes they're wrong, a lot of times they're right. Something is wrong with that quick connect there. I don't know what's wrong with it, but something's wrong with it. There should have been a little handle on it with a valve. The handle's gone. I may just try and turn the valve with a pair of pliers, see if that will fix it, because I don't think they've ever used the grill. So yeah, let's see. See if I can show you what the soapy water does too. Well, it's not in the valve. See where it's at? It's where the quick connect goes on this fitting. Hopefully y'all can see that. Blowing bubbles. There you go. That's what it looks like when you find a leak with soapy water. Let's see if it's just loose. Let's see here. Oh, you think? Yeah, it might have been a little loose. Let's see if that makes a difference. Yeah, it's amazing how much better stuff will hold pressurized gas when it's tight. All right, let's go in and start the leak test again. Ooh, I sprayed my lens with soapy water. I just cleaned that lens too. Guess I get to clean it again. Let's start this drop test again. Now you want to bleed the pressure down to around 10 water column inches and start your test from there. So that's what I'm doing right now. I get it down to just letting gas go until it gets down to 10 water column inches, and then it's a time test. We wait 5 to 10 minutes. 5 minutes is industry standard now. It used to be 10. So we'll wait 5 minutes and we'll check it. So I actually waited about 7 or 8 minutes, and as you can see, it was still holding 10 water column inches. So that's ideal. It's good to go. Well, there you have it. Are y'all zoomed in? Oh, he was all zoomed in. Passed the droop test. Passed the drop test. So that was their leak. It was a pretty significant leak. Y'all seen when I done the first drop test how fast that gauge dropped. So I knew it was a pretty good leak. I figured we'd be able to find it. But yeah, that's gonna be it for this one. As always, really appreciate you watching. I may go up the road and fix another one, who knows. But anyway, y'all have a fantastic day, and we'll catch you next time.